Good morning, you guys. Happy Wednesday. It is Hump Day Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hey, ho. Hey, ho. It's Wednesday. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? I know I look crazy. I don't know how crazy I look. I'm sorry, because I can't see. I don't have any contacts in. I took them out last night. I'm going to give my eyes a break. Okay? So, as long as I can. They're tired. I'm tired. I put cream on my face, but I put it too close to my eyes, so it has my eyes watering. But I'm going to pull my computer up like this, y'all, today while I'm working. This is how I'm going to be looking at my screen today, because I don't have my contacts in. Giving my eyes a break, y'all. Giving them a break. How are you guys doing this morning? Good morning to you all. Good morning to you. Woo, I cut myself yesterday. Let me see. I hit the wall, like this part of the wall, the doorway. I just went boom. I went to do like this, and bam. No, when I was coming down, I hit. I stretched, and when I came down, I hit. It hurt too. How are you guys doing? I hope you slept well. I had a pretty rough night. Only because I didn't study at all, God. I have my Bible and everything right here as always. I tried to get them videos up, y'all. I finished them all, but I only uploaded one last night. I did finish them all because I want to go over the rest, but I was so sleepy at that point that I fell asleep. I had been listening to Joseph Prince all night. I fell asleep, and then a couple of times throughout the night when I woke up, I tried to get on it, but I couldn't, because I woke up because I was just woke up coughing. And I have to say that yesterday, when I told y'all yesterday, when I said I think it's this, I think I'm right, because before I laid down yesterday, right, when I really got sleepy, I'm talking, I'm sitting and I'm fine, like right now, right? I mean, you hear a little wheeze in there, but I'm fine, right? But for some reason, when I laid down to go to sleep, like lay on my back, and not really so much usually I lay on my side, but I laid back, I started wheezing all up in here. I'm like, what the heck? I was just fine. I mean, you can hear it, all the rumbling in my chest. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm coughing and coughing, trying to cough something up, thinking, it's phlegm. I'm trying to cough it up, and I'm coughing. Nothing's coming up, but you hear it rattling in here. So I saw something yesterday where they're saying salt helps to, break up that mucus that's in there or whatever. It helps with asthma, all of that. So I ran me some hot water, put some salt in it, mixed in. I thought, okay, let me drink this. Maybe that'll help. It didn't. It was gross. It didn't. They were also saying you can put it in your nebulizer and inhale it. I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, I noticed that it was very, very bad, and then I just kept waking up throughout the night with this just coughing and choking up out of my sleep. Now, I did have this dream, guys, and because I kept coughing myself awake, I cannot remember. All I remember of the dream was being in like a assisted living or nursing home or hospital type setup, but I didn't start off like that, okay? But that's where it ended up. I don't know why. And it started off, I guess, in a parking lot. I'm not even sure. We were going to the car, and there was two cars, and I guess who I was with parked somewhere else. It was a younger person. I'm not even sure what was going on, but we were waiting on them to go get the vehicle and meet up with us so we can all leave at the same time. And for some reason, we don't know where they went. You know, and it's like we were driving around trying to look for them. Like, where are you guys? What entrance? What exit? We just all over the place. And we ended up out of the parking lot on the street somewhere, driving around looking for these people. I don't know if it was their kids. I don't know what it was, who it was. And then we ended up at that hospital type setting or nursing home or home or something, and we're looking for them. And I go to a phone or something and call, and my throat itch. It is as if now we're looking for the room number. So we go to call the room, and the person that answers and say, "Oh, this person don't stay here anymore." And that's when I woke up. So it was really weird. I don't know what happened prior to that because I can't remember. You know, that's all I remember of it. And I woke up, you know, coughing. Yeah, that's all I remember. It's really weird. It didn't seem like it was urgent or serious or concerning until the end when they said they're not here anymore, they don't live here. I don't know if they meant they're not here anymore because they passed away or, you know, whatever. So that's the only part at the end. That's the only part in the dream that was somewhat kind of concerning. And being on that, and we were on it's like we were in an elevator on the phone or something. It was strange. Oh, this is good. Y'all, I'm out of creamer, but I just used the rest of the whipped cream and I added a little sugar, so my coffee is black. Aside from, it's black in the sense that there's no creamer in there. But I did put a little sugar, like I said, and it has the whipped cream, but it's kind of melted at this point. It's super, super hot, so I'm just waiting for it to cool off. It's extra hot because there's no creamer in there. When I put the creamer in there, it kind of cools it off, obviously, because the creamer is cool, because I keep it in the refrigerator. And then when it's sitting in that window, but the window's not up, therefore, my coffee is very, very hot. So yeah. Other than that, you guys, that's it. I've just been waking up. Last time I woke up was 3 in the morning, you know, just back and forth. And then I woke up at, I think, 5:30, and then 6. And I just kept saying I'm going to lay back down to 6:30. I'm going to lay back down. I ended up getting up at 7, so I did get up late. What? Yes. It says, "Good morning, life is a miracle, and every breath we take is a gift." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So yeah, that was my night. I'm wondering if the phones are going to be like really busy today. Yesterday they were back to back, y'all. They were back to back, okay? It started off a little bit slow, you know, where you didn't have call after call after call, but when I tell y'all it picked up. So I have 2 bills due today. One I'll pay on my break, probably, maybe on my lunch break, just in case. And then the other one I'll pay tomorrow. But kitty cat, what are you doing, cat? Chasing your tail? So yeah, that was my night, you guys. I did, like I said, get those videos done. I am gonna take time to go over them and make sure, you know, there's no super duper dumb mistakes or anything like that. And then I'll be done with that. I just hate having a whole bunch of stuff that's not attended to correctly or properly. yeah, and just for my own, I want to get my videos out. I don't care how many subscribers I don't have. I don't care how many views I don't have. I'm putting it out there for me, And I know a lot of it is how I title it, but I'm just not one to. What is it that let me go see what he playing with, Jesus. This cat, y'all. Boy, oh my goodness. Chapo. I stopped messing with his stuff. Right, shut the door. Okay. I think I'm gonna on my break later clean Jeremiah's doorknob. I think when the kids was here, they may have had food or something on their hand. It was turning his knob. I knew it was something about whatever he was playing with because of how he threw it up in the air. It dropped kind of heavy. I'm like, what does he have? He had Jeremiah's bracelet. So I put it in his room and shut the door. I keep telling him to keep the door shut. I guess he leaves it open for air and to let the cat chill. But he keeps going in his stuff. Like you already said, he done been all in your earrings. You couldn't find him. I don't know what it is. His bracelet. Well, of course you know what it is. His trick. Hey! Jumping up the wall. He had that doggone sardines mixed in his food. He looked happy this morning. I forgot what I was even talking about. See, you made me forget my thought, cat. Chapo, you made me forget what I was talking about. How dare you? What's your pattern is this morning? You see yourself? He just jumping around here. Y'all see him over there? Hey! What are you doing? Yeah, he on cloud 10 today. I don't know what he doing. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out today. This morning, that's what I was saying. I don't care how many subscribers I have or views. I know that a lot of the problem is my description, how I title my videos. But I'm just not one for that clickbait. I don't want to title it. It's harder because I just be talking most of the time, just whatever I feel like talking about and or sharing with you guys. And so it's hard for me to title it sometimes. And I do want the views, but I don't want to clickbait it and make you think, oh, you finna, and then you click on it and it's nothing. I definitely don't want to do that. To me, that's just so false. False advertising. And I don't want to. I like to keep it as real as possible. That's just not me. I don't know. That's just not me. So I know that has a lot to do with it. So I would definitely work on that, you guys. So yeah, that's it. You guys enjoy your morning, okay? As always, remember to say your prayers. Treat people the way you would expect to be treated or better. Treat people the way Jesus would. Okay, I'm talking about our Heavenly Father. Not the made-up Jesus in your mind. Okay, not the black Jesus in your mind. Not the KKK Jesus. Not the atheist Jesus. Or, not Buddha. Not, you know what I'm saying? Just treat people right, y'all, with kindness, grace, mercy, compassion, love, understanding. What was I watching yesterday? One of the video I did upload yesterday has that in the description. Somebody read. Oh, I think it was a message. The guy that sends messages to me. I think that's where I got it from. Or was it a video? Anyway, somebody was talking about how most people listen to respond, not to understand. Y'all, that's what I titled my video, because I read it while I was doing the video, and that is so freaking true, because a lot of us are like that. Even I am like that at sometimes. We're listening to try to respond instead of just to honestly understand. And I think that's where empathy comes into play, when you're listening to understand, right? Because we a lot of times may not be able to experience what someone else is going through at the time, because maybe we've never gone through it, or not to that extent. So it's best to listen to understand, and in understanding we're able to better help. And sometimes we may not be able to do nothing but listen, and sometimes that's just enough to be able to listen for someone, because they're not always expecting, needing, or wanting our response, because our responses ain't always correct, especially if we're not listening to understand. If we're not listening to understanding but to reply, our reply may not be appropriate, right? Man, that's so important. It's so important. We have to get our freaking selves out the way, what we think and what we feel. Honestly listen, right? Honestly listen, and then move forward appropriately with compassion. Either way, we really all have to work on that, right? Myself first. Woo! That is hot. Yeah, myself first. I really have to work on that. Even in our text messaging, read to understand. Not so much to just want to quickly reply, because when we do that, you reply wrong, and then you got this whole mix up, a blowout. Because a lot of times when we're looking at people, we're expecting things to happen or to go down in our head. We're automatically assuming and responding and replying in our head falsely, just based off of our lack of understanding, right? So anyway, I just thought that was so important, and it made so much sense. It made so much sense because, gosh, so much going on in this world. I think would not, so many misunderstandings would be squashed very quickly if we would just listen, So anyway, he done ran himself tired, y'all. Chapo, hey, you hear me? You tired now? You tired now? Are you tired? He in his own little world right now, y'all. Ignoring me, half asleep. I can't even see nowhere, so I can't even tell you what his facial expression is. I can't see him. I mean, I see him, but just not clear. Kind of how sometimes we see the world, how some of us see other people. We see them, but we don't really see them, because it's foggy. We have a veil over our eyes and over our hearts and over our minds, and until that's clear, we'll never see the truth. We'll never even understand. And that's how I feel about me. I can't tell you exactly what I look like, because I see me, just not, completely clear. The me that I'm looking at right now, I don't see a blemish on my face, but I know that it is, right? My contacts in, then for sure I can see. If I pull all the way up close, I can, right? Like this, there they are. So yeah, anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the hump day. We got 2 more days left, y'all. 2 more days. I actually enjoy Wednesdays, because that means we almost there for me. We halfway there for me. It's 7:53 a.m. y'all. I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to at least get one more video up for you guys this morning, and then the rest I'll get up today for sure, because there's no reason not to. The hard part is done. I just need to go ahead and view it, and that's equally as hard for me, because then I have to go and listen to my own voice, and I get annoyed by listening to my own voice. I really do. I don't know why. It just annoys me. That's why it's hard for me when I'm writing stories and poems and things. it's hard for me to continue to write. Back in the day, I didn't have a problem with it, but as I had gotten older, when I go back to reread my own stuff, I get annoyed, and I like to read it out loud to make sure it flows correctly. But again, I get so annoyed with my own voice. Let me see what the weather is, y'all. You know, we got to try to check that in the mornings now. Clean up my mess at the same time. Alexa, what's the temperature today?
Right now,
it's 72 right now. And she said expect a high of 88. So I have the fan going and I have the air going. I turned them on at 3 o'clock this morning. That last time, well, third time that I woke up. Because I had got hot. Look at all these. It's like, no, Chapo, sorry. Let me get your leash or harness or something. So when I come out, he can come out too. Oh, it's lighting. With the garbage down there, I can't see what it looks like a garbage bag. All these flies. Y'all see all these flies up there? Where they going? What they doing? Where they coming from? About a fly hotel. But first, I'm gonna get some of that soap to see if it works. I was telling people about that soap that one of those YouTubers was saying, the Irish Spring. The flies don't like it. Get you some Irish Spring and sprinkle it around, and the flies will run. They don't like it. I told people about it, my dad and my sister, but I have yet to try it myself, and I will, because I would hate to tell somebody about something and it don't work. Out here cutting the grass, cutting the trees and stuff. It's so nice when you see them out here cutting the trees and just doing everything needed to make the area look nice, you know. I love that. I'll be right back, y'all. We worship you. $7.58. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to sign in. These are the liquid cough drops that I've been taking. They're actually quite good. They're actually, what I mean by good, they're actually very helpful. See that? Not too hard to swallow. It can be difficult when you take 3 at the same time, like I'm about to do and have been doing. Oh, that coffee is good. Anyway, guys, enjoy your day, okay? I will talk to you guys a little bit later in the day, be it the Lord's will. If not, definitely tomorrow, okay? Expect great things, y'all. Expect great things to happen to you, through you, and for you on today, okay? I'm trying to think what happened yesterday. Nothing that I'm aware of, aside from the fact that the Lord woke me up, clothed, sheltered in my right mind. My family, we're all healthy and doing good. God is good. But my prayers do still go out for everyone who's in need, who's going through things. My prayers go out. All right. Now it's a little hard to hear over this thing, so I'm gonna shut the window, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye now. Hey guys, how are you? It is 5:16 p.m. I got off work at 5. I think maybe 5:05, something like that. It was a busy day today. I had a training class, which I told y'all about earlier in the day. And then after that, I had another class, which was crazy because they all went hand in hand, y'all. They all went hand in hand. I'm so sleepy right now. I had when I talked to y'all earlier this morning, I went ahead and put my contacts in because I just needed to. And I'm just now, maybe a half an hour ago, taking them out. So I finished up the rest of the day without them in. Yeah, so I'm a bit tired. The calls, it was kind of busy, but it's okay. It's okay. We got 2 more days. So what did I eat today? I had this morning some croissants with some turkey or chicken sausage, I don't know, breakfast sausage, and that's it. That's all I ate all day. I had my cup of coffee this morning, and after that I just been pretty much drinking water and sucking on them cough drops and taking them cough up, the Robitussin in the pill form. My voice has been trying to go in and out crazy. I don't know, it's just nothing from coughing so hard. Hopefully tonight I won't have to deal with it. But I'm heating up. I have the oven on because I'm gonna heat up one of those personal size pizzas and just a couple of fries. Not a lot of stuff, but oops, sorry about that, y'all. I don't know where Chapo is. He around here somewhere. I just about maybe half an hour ago kicked him out of my room. I thought he was somewhere asleep underneath the couch or whatever. So I opened up my room door because it was hot. It was getting hot and I needed some air. So I opened the door, and sure enough, maybe about 10 minutes after opening the door, I'm trying to work and he all down around my feet, all in the cords. So I'm like, oh my God, he gonna mess around and cause me to accidentally hang up on somebody, or who knows. I had to put him out. Okay, give me one moment. I think I have to preheat the oven to 400. Sound like something's smelling. Sound like something's burning. Which tells me that maybe at some point somebody must have wasted something and didn't clean it properly, or not, didn't tell me about it. I don't know, but because I don't see anything, but I know what I smell. Let me just, sorry y'all, I'm a little rough looking today, but that's okay. Where something was wasted, wipe it out. So it'll be in here smelling smoke or nothing. So I'm gonna put this in, and it says preheat the oven to 400 and then to leave it in there for 16 minutes. You can also go in the microwave, but I'm gonna put it in the oven. So That's what it looks like. Go ahead and put it back there. And I have some fries back there as well. Not a lot, because it's just me here right now. That's what it looks like. And I got the air on. Hopefully it'll keep this place from getting super hot while that cooks. The fan is on, but it's not on high. And I'm just going to sit here and talk to you guys for a few moments, and then while that's heating up, I'll try to get all those videos up like I said I would. And try to get my word in. I always say that, but I really do gotta read. And then take a nap. I'm tired. So what I was gonna say, guys, alright, it all just came back to back, hand in hand, right? I couldn't have made this up. I couldn't have planned it better if I wanted to. Like, I didn't even know this was gonna happen, right? So I told y'all I had the class earlier about empathy, right? So then after doing that training, no, the training class was about feedback, right? Being able to handle, receive feedback, right? When people, tell you about how they think you're doing, or, assess your services, or if, they're telling you something that, they think that you could improve on, or something you might have made a mistake on, whatever. So, well, hello there. Hello there. Where have you been? I just saw you pop up, but I didn't see where you popped up from. Yeah. Y'all, he always putting his hands on his paw on me. I didn't see where you just came. He was finna do it again. I guess he said never mind. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Were you sleeping? So anyway, guys, yeah, so I just think it was perfect, right? So after that class on empathy and being empathy, sympathy, compassion, all of that, right? So once that was over and I took the test, I was so worried I was gonna fail something, because they always, some of the questions sometimes, there's always like tricks to it, I feel like. And so, but the fact that I, really paid attention and listened, I was able to go in and, okay, this is different. Okay, see, they all go hand in hand, so it's getting me mixed up. Okay, so earlier the class was on feedback, right? Positive feedback, blah, blah, blah. So then after that class, I then ended up, after the class was, let's see, so my lunch break was from 12:30 until 1. The class was from 1 to 2. My break was from 2 to 2:15. And then come 3 o'clock, 3:15, somewhere around there, I got the notice to do training. And the training was for empathy. And so I'm like, oh my God, it's all pretty much the same thing, right? So, and I passed the test at the end. I was a little concerned because I was like, they're going to have some trick questions in there or whatever. But I actually got them all right. Like, I was really paying attention. I thought that was just, like, this was a good class. The training was good today. I loved it. So I took some notes for myself, right? So, y'all, everything just went hand in hand. See, that oven hasn't been on long, and already I'm freaking hot. So, just like with feedback, right? Hearing and confirmation. Here it is. Hearing and confirmation, okay? At a touch-based meeting, your manager runs through key priorities you've been working on and asks for a status update. You've been working hard to meet deadlines, making sure everything is good and in order through and through. You've taken some new responsibilities on as of late, And to compound matters, there aren't any resources to help you with the administrative pieces or part of it, right? Your manager closed this person is in a meeting with their manager. So after the meeting, as the manager is closing the meeting, right, the manager says, these initiatives are moving forward and on time. I appreciate that. While you should be ready to take on more work, I'm feeling comfortable with you focusing on these specific priorities for now. Thanks for the update. So in other words, this person is taking on all these responsibilities without anything to help them to get their job done, right? And then your manager comes and speaks to you in a way that makes you feel like, well, am I not doing a good job? Am I doing a good job? Which one is it? Are you happy with me? Are you not happy with me? That type of thing. So in this, it's trying to get you to take your time and don't get all discombobulated and all of that and start thinking negative, and then you have all this stuff going on in your head, and now it's messing with how you do your job. So right there, they're saying, okay, take it, process it, breathe. And if there's something that you're not sure of, like if you're not sure if are they praising you or are they not praising you, if you're not in a meeting around a bunch of people, then you simply ask. There's nothing wrong with asking in order to understand, right? If you're in a meeting and there's a lot of people, you take it, you process it, and then when it's just you and that manager, you then bring it up, you present it, and you find out, hey, I just wanted to follow up on that meeting. I wanted to make sure I was clear on something, That's how you do it, as opposed to getting worked up about it. Sometimes we just get so worked up, we automatically assume things, and then we run with it, and then our minds are made up. And now it's like, it could have just, the unnecessary could have been avoided, right? So then, that's one thing, okay? That's just an example. So then, let's see, more notes that I have. And this is earlier, okay, about the feedback, okay, how to handle feedback, how to give feedback, how to receive feedback, right? Okay, embracing feedback, basically, that's the title. Embracing feedback for further growth and development. Like I said earlier, this goes not just for work, but for everyday life, right? Every freaking day life. We have to learn to assess the situation. We have to learn to listen, to understand, to hear, to help, not just to listen, to respond. Because if we're listening to responding, we're not really hearing what's going on, and we're going to respond the wrong way. Let's see. So at the end of the meeting, they asked, how will you apply what you've learned? Okay, it's a challenge. How will you apply? It says, what will you adapt or do differently to manage truth triggers, relationship triggers, identity triggers when giving or receiving feedback? How does growth mindset help you embrace feedback? What will you do to ensure you fully understand the feedback you receive? And how will you use feedback to drive professional growth and development? Now, one thing I thought was important is the how does growth mindset help you embrace feedback? Growth mindset means your mind is open for growth, right? People can communicate with you and not have to worry about, now I'm setting out. When a person is set in their way, they don't want to hear anything. You can't tell them no because they know everything. Those type of people, they're perfect in their minds, no room for error, that type of thing. That's not a growth mindset. You are enabling yourself to grow, right? You're stuck. It's stagnant. That's my opinion. All right. if you have a growth mindset, that means you have room to improve. You have room to grow because you are able to receive positive feedback. You're able to take negative feedback and make it positive. You're able to take that feedback, see how it applies to you, figure out what it is that you're doing wrong, fix it, and switch it up and turn it from negative to positive, therefore growing, right? Developing. So that to me is a growth mindset, right? That's how I understood that. And yes, I know exactly the things that I need to do in order to have a growth mindset. Okay, so that I can continue to grow and develop, again, not just on my job but in everyday life, right? Let's see. So next, in the training, right, about empathy, sympathy, compassion, all this helps us when we're doing our job, because if we can't listen to understand, if we can't listen with sympathy, with empathy and compassion, how can we help? All right. Empathy is being able to put ourselves in that person's shoes. We may not have necessarily experienced what they've experienced, but through listening to what they're saying, we're able to put ourselves in their shoes and help, offer help, right? Sympathy, on the other hand, is sympathy. The definition: sympathy is recognizing someone else's emotions and feeling pity for them. So empathy, obviously, and sympathy is totally different, but people tend to get the two mixed up. Sympathy is basically feeling sorry for somebody. Empathy is going beyond, in my opinion, feeling sorry. Empathy is actually putting yourself in their shoes, right? And then we have, it says sympathy is recognizing someone else's emotions and feeling pity. Empathy is putting yourself, like I said, in another person's shoes and seeing things through their eyes, okay? Empathy also involves listening, actively listening, okay? Understanding another person and being open to being open and non-judgmental, right? We can experience 3 types of empathy, you guys: cognitive empathy, emotional empathy, and compassionate empathy. Cognitive is the ability to logically identify and understand someone's perspective. Emotional empathy, the ability to relate to and feel another person's emotion or perspective. And then compassion empathy is the ability to understand, feel, acknowledge, and help someone with their problem or emotion. Compassionate empathy is the type of empathy that we need to have to do our jobs, right? We need to put ourselves in their shoes. We need to listen, actively listen, not just talk, not just respond, but to put ourselves in their shoes, try to understand physically, emotionally, and then offer help, try to actually assist them, right? Not judge them, not tell them, oh well, at least this, or not downplay the situation, not try to compare your life to theirs, to make it seem like, oh well, you got it easy compared to what I have. That's not what it's about. It's not about us, it's about them. Putting ourselves in their shoes and trying to help, right? And of course, y'all, even in doing all of these things, we still may not be able to help the person. They still might be nasty or mean or whatever. No matter how nice we try to be, no matter how much we try to sympathize and empathize with them, we still may not be able to, turn a negative situation around. But at least we've done our best before getting them on to, be, right? And again, y'all, when I'm sitting there in these classes, I'm thinking, oh my God, like, this really applies to freaking everyday life. You know what I'm saying? You can run across a person in your everyday life, or deal with someone, or a family member, or friend, or whatever, right? And they may be going through something and you honestly have never gone through it. You know how when you're talking to somebody and say you're going through something and you're talking to somebody, they go, oh, I understand, but they've never been through anything that you have been through, or not even close, but they have the nerve to tell you, oh, I understand. No, you don't understand. How could you? I would rather you, if you haven't gone through it, right? So I would say, wow, I haven't gone through anything like that, but I definitely understand how you feel. I'm doing my best to understand how you feel. And sometimes it just pays to just be able to listen. We don't always have to have a response, right? Like that we think, oh, this might help them. Sometimes the best way to help is just to freaking listen, right? And again, that's why I said it applies to everyday life, because again, if you have someone, a best friend or cousin or whatever, somebody that's going through something, a child, an adult child, and you're listening to them and you're trying to understand, and you're letting them vent and get it all out, and you're trying to really try to understand in order to help them, right? It pays to actually listen. Don't just be like, you're not really listening, and then you're making that person feel like crap. You're making that person angry. You're making them not want to communicate with you ever because you're not really listening. You know what I'm saying? We have to, and I keep saying this over and over, we have to actually actively listen, actually care. We have to move everything out of our minds that would distract us, just like with our jobs, that would distract us from listening actively, and in order to do our job. So we can't have phones in our hand or animals around our feet like Chapo will do, or people talking to us or whatever when we're on that phone. Actively listen, pay attention, so that that person on the other end feels like, okay, she's really listening to me. She may not be able to understand, but she's listening to me, okay? And I know she's going to do her best to help me because I'm listening. And because I'm listening, I'm not going to ask the same questions over and over again. They gave us some examples, y'all, of a representative answering a call, and the guy on the line was like, I ordered my medication for 90 days. I only got 30 days when it comes. I'm going out of town on a business trip. I need my medication. And the caller's upset. So then you have the representative on the line of going, okay, sir, calm down. First of all, you don't do that. Don't tell somebody calm down. Don't do that. Let them get it out. Okay, calm down. Automatically, those are key words, trigger words for that person to get upset with you and angrier. So we don't want to do that, and not just with the job, but everyday life, y'all. Calm down. No, listen, and then, okay, I understand. Let's see what we can do. Right? But this person goes on in the example. First they tell the member calm down, and then turn around and ask the member, okay, so what happened? Explain to me so I can understand. What do you mean explain? The man just said he ordered medication for 90 days, only got 30 days. Why? I'm going on vacation. I need my medication. Why are you asking that man to repeat what he just said? So again, if we're actively listening because we care and we're not being preoccupied, we're not doing something else, we're actually paying attention and listening, then we would have heard exactly what that man said. We would not have asked him to repeat it, right? Same thing for everyday life. If you're listening to someone who's upset, they're talking to you, they're angry, they're venting, they're scared, they're hurt, you're listening, you're actively listening. Even if you already know the call might be a serious one, get you some paper and jot down. Keep up and listen to that person on the line or in front of you at home or whatever. Actually listen. Don't ask them to keep repeating stuff they didn't already repeated to you. Let's not do that. Oh my God, y'all, like, this was so passionate for me because, like I said, it actually works. It actually helps in everyday real life, right? When we're trying to communicate with the people we care about, or when you're out and about in the street trying to take care of business and doing things, there's always a way of handling things, especially when you're dealing with irate or just not nice people, right? And then again, there's some people you just can't fix, or you just can't help, or you just can't get through because their minds are set. They do not have a growth mindset. It's just stuck, right? It says here, evaluate patients and colleagues' cooperation experience instead of. Okay, hold on. That's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. I took a lot of notes, y'all. Let's see. Here's a good one. Challenge your biases, right? A lot of times when we're talking to people on the phone or if we're dealing with people in person, through work or through family or out just dealing with everyday business, right? Challenge your biases. Don't automatically assume because let's say the person you're dealing with, say you're at a store and the cashier or somebody looking at the outer appearance, you look like, oh, this is a Mexican or Puerto Rican person. They're not gonna understand. We can't assume that. All right, we got to not be biased. We can't assume looking at a person's outward appearance that they're not gonna understand what I'm saying, or they're not gonna be able to do this, or they're not gonna know how to do that. We can't do that. That's wrong. We automatically, our mind it automatically ain't right, and so now you're going into this situation negative, right? That person you're finna deal with, because a lot of times your expression, your face tells it all. Now they looking at you, they finna now deal with your negative, right? It's not gonna end well at all, right? And that's not just like I said through work, but everyday life, even with family, right? You may have a family member who has done something or said something or whatever, and you're not happy about it, right? How do you go and you talk to that person? First of all, you don't come to them negative, right? Come positive. Don't be so quick to come and be everything what you thinking, what you feeling. Don't do that. Come calmly as you possibly can. Sometimes it's easier said than done because you're upset. You got a lot on your mind. But you have to also keep an open mind that maybe I'm upset and I don't need to be. Maybe I'm misunderstanding or misreading situations. You know what I'm saying? So always try to come as open as you can. For example, over this weekend, Father's Day weekend, when my son and his family was here, and I couldn't stay. I had to leave because we had already had plans, right? That was planned way back, right? So they were here. I would have loved to have been here to hang out, right? I haven't seen my grandbabies or my son, his family in a long time, right? So when I left, I knew when I came back, I already knew my apartment was going to be jacked up because I know my son, I know them, right? So already in my mind, I know this. Now, the fact that in my mind, that could have gone one or two ways, right? One, already in my mind, I know, oh, he's going to mess up my house, so I could already be negative, be nasty, or I could say, because I know what they're going to do, I'm not going to stress myself. When I get home, I'll already be prepared to clean up, right? Or I could be yelling and screaming and upset and angry and all this kind of crap, calling him, mad at him, going off on him and everything else. I don't know what the situation was or why he may have had to leave in a hurry, why he didn't clean up or whatever the case may be. It could have actually been a legit reason, even though in my opinion there's never really a legit reason if somebody ain't dead, right? There's not, the house ain't finna catch on fire, some crap like that. There's never a legit reason why you don't clean up behind yourself before you exit someone's home, right? You don't ever leave a person home jacked up. It doesn't matter to me, right? But again, because I know my son, because I know how they are, I already came home knowing I'm going to clean it up, right? But again, it still does not pay. It still does not hurt to have a growth mindset so that I am open to handle the situation without being angry, pissed, or mad, right? Yes, it's frustrating. And because I'm frustrated and have a growth mindset, I can go into the conversation with him saying, hey, listen, we can't do this. And I can do that, present that in a way where it's not coming off nasty, mean, or ugly, but you get it. right? You understand it. There's always a way of communicating, even with the simplest minded person, in my opinion. Now, sometimes you just have people that it don't matter what you say or what you do. They stuck on whatever they feel, whatever they think. They not trying to get around it. They not trying to work around it. They not trying to figure it out. They not trying to collaborate. Let's work on it. Let's this, that. They just stuck. When you have someone like that, you can't do nothing about it but pray. Move on, right? Let's see, what else? Y'all, it was just so much, like, oh my God. I really enjoyed this class. I really did. Let me see. Next was, okay. Oh, I think that was it. Listen to understand. We already went over that one. It says you don't need to agree with someone to experience empathy, which you don't. Instead of listening to reply or argue, instead of listening to reply or to argue, listen to understand. Find a common ground emotionally, not necessarily intellectually. Let the patient or person tell their story and acknowledge their feelings. This will open up the line of effective and mutually beneficial conversation. Even if you can't agree, you can still communicate compassionate empathy by acknowledging the person's emotions. Again, and it goes on with the other stuff to follow the steps to communicate with compassionate empathy. Y'all, that is crazy. Don't make assumptions when you're listening to someone. I tend to do that sometimes. I did it earlier with a patient. When you're listening to someone and you think you know what they finna say or how it's gonna end, and you assume they don't always turn out right. Don't assume you know what that person's gonna say, or don't assume you know how that person feels. Shut the hell up. Listen. Pay attention. Alright? Do not make assumptions. Before passing judgment on someone's actions or feelings, okay, give them the benefit of the doubt. Consider how you might not know the full story. Perhaps that person who was yelling on the phone or in front of you, whatever, just experienced a loss or just went through something, or just received bad news. Either way, they went through something that caused them to feel or act that way, right? When you presume you know what someone is thinking or how they're feeling, you close yourself off from getting to the truth. Instead, ask questions, right? So, and listen to understand and challenge your biases. How to overcome empathy roadblocks. That's what that was for. Y'all, it's just so much. Like, this was so good. I had so many notes for myself, y'all. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. I had so many notes for myself. Like, I really feel good about these classes today. And the last class, I had actually did that training before, but it said like it was a overall overview something. I don't know what it was, but I know I did it before, but because they asked me to do it, I did it again. Look at this nut. Dude. Are you comfortable? You definitely look it. What's this all in your fur? Lit. You definitely look comfortable. I don't want to fight. I don't want to play. I'm just checking on you. Yeah. Look at him. What's that? See, let the people see how you look. Y'all see this old rotten freaking cat? He actually sleep. He wake up, he go back. Y'all see what I did with you ride the chain? I can't even sit on the couch by myself. I can't sit down by myself. No. Anyway, I just wanted to share that, y'all. I really enjoyed that class. I really enjoyed the training. It was truly insightful, y'all. Like, man, y'all comment down below and tell me what you think. Like, do you understand the difference between empathy and sympathy? Do you understand the difference between being compassionate, right? Do you think you have what it takes to help or to deal with someone that's irate or that's frustrated or that's aggravated? Y'all, my hair to me, I don't have my contacts in, but it looks green. It could be from the, I don't know, I think I might wash my hair, color it, I don't know. But do y'all think y'all have what it takes to be able to handle? I know I can't and don't have what it takes. I don't care how much I'm trained. I know there's always going to be a situation where it's going to be something I can't handle. But I am woman enough, intelligent enough, common sense wise enough, and mind growth enough to know that if it is something that I can't handle, there's no need of me being negative, nasty, or anything like that. I just get them over to someone who can, right? But this cat is cracking me up for real. Am I moving too much? He turned around like, let me move. And then just lay right back down. Look at this. Oh, y'all. I'm sorry. My voice is, I'm getting tired. But what do y'all think? Do you think that, like, even in everyday life, do you think if you came across a difficult person, a difficult conversation, or if you had to have a difficult conversation with someone, do you think you would be able to have that conversation intelligently? Do you think you would be able to be adult, be smart, be wise, to actually work through it, to collaborate and come to a common ground, to move forward, to continue with life? Now, with just a regular person on the street, be able to handle it enough to go about your business. But with family, with friends, things like that, people you see every day or deal with every day, you have to be able to handle things in a way that even if you don't agree, to collectively and to be able to come together, to move on and to love and to you know what I'm saying? Do you think you would be able to do that? Or would you be so stuck and so stagnant and so however I feel is how I feel and what I say is what I say, or will you be like, you know what, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misunderstanding, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't have all the information I think I have, right? I think I gave earlier the perfect example, the representative that was giving the class, a mathematician, whatever. I did give an example because I used my daughter as an example, but I thought that was so freaking good of an example when you have someone that they went to school, they got degrees, okay, certificates, they are mathematicians, whatever you want to call them. They know math inside and out. They don't have no room for error. They don't make mistakes. Listen, everybody makes mistakes. I don't care how wise you are. Everybody makes mistakes. Okay? The smartest person in the world has made mistakes in order to get to where they are now. Right? Like if they're out there coming up with all kind of Commonwealth Edison, who created electricity, don't you know that man had to make mistakes before he got it right? Ain't nobody perfect, but I guarantee you he had room for error, room to growth, because he had a growth mindset. He had room to know, oh, okay, or maybe he had an assistant, and because they had assistants, sometimes when people have assistants, they feel like, oh, I know more than that assistant do. So they don't open their mind to, well, maybe this person might have a good idea. Maybe that person might have a good idea that might help me, because you're thinking, oh, I know more. Yeah, I have a pizza and fries in there. Did you want me to put you one in? Okay, it's Jeremiah, y'all. So yeah, I really enjoyed the class, y'all. I really did. I hope you all think about some of the things that I just said and see if you have room for growth, right? Because again, nobody's perfect. I know I sure the heck ain't, y'all. I'll tell you each and every day, I am not. I am learning every day. I make freaking mistakes every day. The Lord will tell you. The Lord will tell you, like, girl, didn't I tell you not to do that? Dang it. I am not perfect. I am not perfect. None of us are. But y'all know I love. My heart is huge. My heart is big. And I'm not going to let nobody tell me my heart is big. I know my heart is big, right? God knows my heart is big. But there's always room for more. There's always room to improve. There's always room to improve. So I'm never going to dismiss how anybody feels. I'm never going to tell a person, I'm never going to tell you, I think you're wrong and that's all it is to it. Or I don't care what you say or how you feel. This is how I feel. I'm never going to do that. I'm going to always try to be open-minded so that we can together figure it out, right? So anyway, guys, think about what I said. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about it. Let's communicate about it. And let's not argue about it. Let's not fight about it. Let's not be combative because that's not me. So I'm never going to, if you come at me with that type of energy, it's just going to sit there. Really. I am not going to entertain by no means any negative or ugly type of energy or communication because it's not necessary. It really isn't. And I know sometimes it's hard when you're reading comments as opposed to actually communicating. And so sometimes you may read it. It may come off as negative when it's not really intended for that. So I'm always going to be open-minded for that very reason. So I'll reread it and everything before I respond or do not respond because of that. And I may even, if I'm unsure, that's one thing we learned again today. If you're unsure, ask the question. So if I'm unsure, I will intelligently, nicely ask, hey, I don't get it. How was you trying to come off with this? And then if you still seem to be a negative, then moving on to the next. I'm not going to entertain it, right? I'm just not. I believe in letting people sit. And when you have people like that, you can have a conversation with yourself. Because really, basically, that's all you're doing anyway. If you're not listening to people to understand, you basically talking to yourself anyway. I turned this freaking stove up to 400 because it said preheat. I should have turned it down when I put my food in there. I hope I don't burn it. It don't smell like it's not burnt. But it don't smell burnt either. So anyway, yeah, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. I cannot express enough how much I enjoyed this class. And I'm going to go ahead and definitely take everything that I learned today and just really apply it in my everyday life. Talk to you guys later. Say your prayers. Treat people the way you expect to be treated or better. Treat people the way the Lord would. Grace and mercy, okay? And expect great things, y'all. I'm expecting great things. My work part of the day is over, but I'm still expecting great things. I am still expecting great things to happen today to me, through me, and for you. To me, through me, and for me. And I hope y'all doing the same, okay? I'm talking a little fast because this heat, I'm feeling a little rattling in my chest. Y'all hear that? When I exhale, you shouldn't hear that rattling. But that's what happens when it's too much heat or in here for me. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll talk to y'all later. Chapo, you wanna say good night? I'll let you talk to the people for a minute.
Oh, here we go with this crap again. Here we go. She put in my face. What you want from me? What you want from me? What you want me to do? What? Get over here, girl. Get over here. Get this out of my face. What? You guys see me? You see me? Oh, you see me? What else did I want to do? I don't know what to say. Oh. Come get this computer out of my face. Hey, you in there? What do you do? What you do in there in the kitchen? You always in the kitchen doing something. Why you put this in my face? You need my help. You need me come help you? Should I come help you? What you think? I should come help you? You need help, huh? You want Chapo to help you? Chapo come help? I know you better come get this computer out of my face. You guys still there? Still looking? Still looking at me. Hey. Oh, you're still looking at me. Come get this computer out of my face. Okay. Okay. Good. I don't know what to say to you people. I don't know what to say. Why she put the computer on me? What she expect from Chapo? What do she expect from Chapo to do and say? Huh? What do you think I'm supposed to say and do? Hello? You need help? Why don't you come and get this computer? Girl. Girl, you're doing a lot of moving around and down. What's she doing? You wanna come get this computer? No? 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 Oh, you people still looking at me. Goodness. Don't look. Don't look. Oh, what does Chapo do? What does Chapo do? You guys looking? You're still looking, aren't you? You're still looking at me. Still looking at me. Come get this computer, woman. Now.
It is so hot.
Oh, Lord, Cecilia. Oh, God. I'm gonna scratch her.
We can talk to the folks.
I wasn't talking in the first place. You were.